Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're reviewing Amyris Homme from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is one that I said I would be doing last time, and it's probably one of the few times when I'm actually doing what I said I would do. I usually try not to review a fragrance until and unless I feel like I have something meaningful to say about it, and today's the day for this one. I've got a decant here from Decant X, which is one of my favorite places to get decants because they have a wide selection. They don't always have everything I'm looking for, but they have, they have the most variety, I think, of designer and niche brands. So that's why I like them. They always have discount codes as well. So anyway, ooh, the sun is okay. We're gonna get some lighting changes, but anyway, um, let's first put it on, and it is what I'm wearing today also. And do I think this scent is worth it? Well, the short answer I'm gonna tell you right away is no. I regret to say, but it doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance. In fact, it's a very good scent. It's just that it's not. It doesn't have anything magical about it for the price that you're paying. So I don't think this is a $200, $300 fragrance. That said, there's definitely a refinement, and I'm going to tell you, comparisons to some other fragrances. There's definitely a similarity. It's not really out there in terms of the scent profile. There's definitely, compared to those other options, there is a refinement and a higher quality and a kind of natural feel that you get in higher priced fragrances. So if you really value that, then it might be worth it for you. So yeah, it's not, smelling it up close, and the opening, it is kind of unique. Um, I wasn't planning on, I had sort of a sequence in mind of what I wanted to talk about, but I do want to point out one quality that's just popping out at me even more, which is there's actually rosemary in here that gives us this kind of herbaceousness, and I'm getting a lot of that right now, and I think that's one of the unique facets of this fragrance. How rosemary is blended with these other ingredients that are pretty commonly used. And so I do want to point that out. There's a kind of tanginess about it, almost like a gingery brightness, a sharpness about the scent. And yet there's a little bit of bitterness mixed in there, and that's why I don't love it so much. And overall, the scent is, to me, a little bit too much on the sweet side. So in terms of the general scent quality, which is important to know, is this isn't, if you're looking for something transparent, then I would say this is not it. In fact, this is a pretty smooth, very soft, sweet kind of scent. And definitely sweet, definitely, I don't know, it's one of those kind of, I would say, more nighttime appropriate scents. Even though you could wear this anytime, I feel it is in that category because it's kind of similar in the type of scent and just the density, the volume, the wearability as something like YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme, and everyone knows that scent, so that's why it's a good kind of reference point. It's the same type of scent where there's a little bit of freshness. The original YSL L'Homme has a ginger note. This isn't using a ginger note per se, but there's a similar quality where there's a little bit of a citrusy brightness. But then the overall scent is supposed to be kind of a creamier tonka-based scent, and there's a very obvious and highly utilized, I think, tonka note in here that gives it the sweetness. And then on top of that, you've got very obvious, I think, very prominent notes of iris here that adds to the softness and the coziness of the scent. So overall, it's a little bit. If you've seen my channel over the years, I don't love these kind of buttery types of scents, especially as an everyday cologne. And this is kind of one of those, right? You have to like sweeter scents to some extent, slightly sweeter. So there's a comparison. I think I get similarity to Prada L'Homme as well, and obviously it's the Iris, but also both these fragrances and La Nuit de l'Homme, they've got this classic kind of ambery base to the overall scent, right? So this one particularly, it's a woody, citrusy, woody scent, but with the ambery base, and this iris that percolates. So you get this overall smooth, silky quality to the scent. So it might not be, if that's what you're going for, great, but it's not this kind of watery, transparent scent. If you like those scents, you might opt for something like from the brand, Aqua Celestia or Gentle Fluidity, for example. So you notice, I haven't even mentioned the note of Amyris, and what is Amyris exactly anyway? Well, Amyris is actually a citrus tree, but the woods, you can extract essential oils that actually give off a note that's kind of similar to sandalwood. So again, sandalwood, iris, tonka, you can see where this fragrance is going. It has it's a woody core, and woody masculine scent, but a soft scent, right? It has that kind of slightly bitter smell overall to it. There's also a saffron note that can give it this little bit of bitterness and a little bit of a leathery facet. That said, it's a overall very wearable, easy to like scent. It's not going to offend anybody. So again, you don't have to worry about that. It's just that I don't think it's a standout fragrance for me, especially considering the price. Now, because it's a balanced scent, because you have a citrus top note, right, that stays pretty much through the life of the fragrance. It kind of gives it because of the rest of the notes, when you add the citrus, it's a little bit of a slightly bitter orange creamsicle kind of scent, creamy orangey scent, but of course the rosemary cuts the sweetness a little bit and gives it this the little bit more of an aromatic, natural quality, this herbal quality. And then of course, tonka itself also has a kind of a spicy, nutty character too. So I kind of, if I have to simplify everything I said so far, I think, the scent overall smells like a musky, almondy kind of scent. There's, if you smelled almond-based fragrances, I think you're gonna find a similar quality here, even though almond's not one of the notes. That's sort of, the composition comes together in that way for me. So think of that, if you're looking to buy the scent, right? Do you like those types of scents? And I'm reminded a little bit also of Mandorlo di Acqua di Parma, Mandorlo fragrance, the almond fragrance. That one, I kind of like that more. It's a little more, it's less masculine, I would say, feeling. But yeah, I mean, I in this kind of scent category, I might go for something like that, even though that's not really kind of my preference. Usually I kind of like more aromatic scents overall. So yeah, I might opt for something like that. I gave you those other options like La Nuit de l'Homme, of course. If you have that, I don't think you need something like this. Prada L'Homme does the same job here. And then there's a cheap fragrance that's actually quite similar in terms of the vibe. That's at least my impression. It's Nico's Sculpture Pour Homme, and when you look at the notes, it kind of makes sense, because that scent also, I think, you can watch my review on it. What made it unique was this, it's a tonka scent, but it's a little more watery overall than this, and that could also be because it doesn't utilize as many of these more natural, expensive ingredients and floral ingredients. But then it has this kind of herbal quality, and then up top it has a citrus note. So I always said it was kind of an odd blend, had this citrusy bitter sweetness, and very noticeable tonka note. So it's similar in that respect, and that fragrance is like $20, right? So yeah, I just don't see, when I judge a fragrance, you wanna, at least for me, I wear it and I want the experience the experience overall to justify the price tag, and I don't think it does, because you have all these other scents that give me, a similar experience and similar vibe. So not enough of a gap there for me. So still want to consider and try out for yourself. If you already have, yeah, let me know what you think. But it's a little bit, I've tested it out for a good 3 weeks or so on and off. So I think I have a good sense. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know, what your thoughts are on this, or you have any other favorites from the house. I think actually, I've reviewed Grand Soir. So if you want a sweet scent, I might just dive all in and go for that, even though that's more of a winter scent rather than an everyday scent. So, you can watch my review on that. But also, one that I haven't reviewed but I've tried in store is one of their newer releases. Now maybe a year or two old, but L'Homme à la Rose. I think that's it. Yeah, the rose fragrance for men. That's fresh. Rose is always kind of a unique note to use as a men's signature. And I found that kind of very natural smelling and very nice. I'd have to go back to it to review it, but I would suggest something like that from the house. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. I'll see you in the next reviews. Bye.